Hey guys, back with the Echoing Thoughts podcast here, episode number 55. And this one's going to be a big one. KOC Cygnus Knights Remaster has arrived. February 6th is the drop date. Kind of interesting. We'll talk about it. Why they're doing it on a Tuesday. Are they going to have another February patch as well? Why are they teasing it so early? We'll get into it at the end of this podcast. But first, we've got to answer some questions. Getting a lot of them. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below what questions you have. Email, DM me on Discord. Reach out to me. A lot of gearing questions. A lot of questions about why my damage, is my damage bugged? How do I improve my gear? Why am I not hitting cap? All these types of questions. I'm going to answer it kind of generally. My number one tip for gearing for all levels, especially in 2024 where things have changed a lot. The meta has changed. Priorities have changed. So we'll get into that. But first, I want to talk about this question right here from David Bedoka. 6398. What are people buying in the trade station? Level 20 uniques don't sell as well anymore. Starforce 17 or 18. So yeah, that's I would say level 20 uniques are okay. I think people are going for level 25 legendaries now because of just the 10 buys by cap. You only can buy 10 items per day. So kind of better bang for your buck buying a level 25 legendary versus a level 20 unique. Just things take more to level up now as people are hitting necros, absolabs, chaos items, things like that. Even up to mythic if you have the powders. Obviously mythic fodders are always something good, especially around patch day. CRA items, ancient, if you can level those up, get some Starforce added to them. Radiant exalts, Starforce 22 ancients are a nice one. Using event scrolls for that. Starforce 21 as well is very always in demand because of Radiant exalts. But yeah, I would say from legendaries, uniques, Starforce 17, 18 is always going to be for legions, for legion alts, especially with new classes coming out. Then legendaries, level 25s for the powders. And then mythic level, you can do fodders. Again, you can do, I think there might be a market for star forcing, but usually just fodders for Mastercraft scrolls. And then ancients, there's all types. People will buy RA items as a Mastercraft fodder for chaos items, for ancient items, that are trying to get to chaos and absolab level. Those have value. And then getting it to Starforce, even Starforce 21, Starforce 22 for ancients is very nice, and then the top tier is Chaos 23. Starforce 23 is that is big bang for your buck. But yeah, hope that helps. There's a lot of options now for sure. Uniques, level 20 uniques, just maybe not as valuable as it used to be. Again, talking about how the meta changes, so you kind of have to just adapt, change with the times. Then the next question, I think. Oh yeah, so this is the one from Noob CPS. This was about Damien. Our team has just started our journey on normal Damien, not smooth sailing as expected. Do you have any tips or tricks to help on that? They all watched my videos, learning, but when practical, everyone panics, right? Very common. Very common. I understand that my guides are very long, but there's a lot of details in it, right? Damien is not something that you can just, forget mechanics about. Mechanics are very important, and there's a lot of tips and tricks in there. We learned a lot. I just tried to give you as much information as possible. But if there's one tip or trick, right, after watching the guides, after watching the videos, I would say the most important thing is, like you said, practice, right? Nothing can replicate. It's like Lotus back in the day when phase 1, nothing could replicate the Lotus lasers, the speed of it, when it's the end of phase 1. You just have to go and practice and get comfortable, and it slows down for you over time. It's the same thing for Damien, right? You can't really practice getting to those bigger orbs. The end of the fight when there's 2-3 orbs out there, they're big. Altars are there, they hit a little bit harder. Things get more hectic. There's no real prep for that. But I would say, so practice is obviously very important. But then learning from your practice, right? One of the things that we tried to do that really helped us was someone record the run, and then we review our runs after our session, right? And it's very nice when it's fresh in your mind and there's someone there, the leader or someone that can kind of watch back and help the team kind of visually see where the errors are being made, right? Not calling anyone out, not singling anyone out, but just about learning experiences right there on the fly when it's fresh in everyone's mind, because a lot of times we just forget about it, or not everyone, everyone just kind of moves on with their life, with their day, and then they come back to the next practice and try to, remember what they did wrong last time. And so having someone record it, you can see exactly what happens. You can learn a lot quicker when you visually see it and apply it to your runs, right? So I think that has helped us a ton. And then it allows people to ask questions, right? Allows people to see, not too many people record runs, right? So seeing it kind of just brings back that memory, and you can ask questions, things that you could do to improve, and that is very beneficial for individuals and for teams to collab and work together and have teamwork. And the last thing is obviously communication. This is kind of a standard, but more than anything in Damien, one of the things that I'm telling our normal Damien team is to be unmuted and to communicate, right? It really helps when someone who's orb duty can call out who the orb switches to the next time, right after them, so they can just be on it, right? And then it just makes everything smoother, communication, and you're not so reliant on one person doing call outs or, team leader having to do everything, right? Everyone kind of helps out each other, communicates, and everything, it may get cluttered at times in comms, but being efficient with your communication, I always say over communicating is better than not communicating at all, right? And that is especially true in Damien. So I hope that helps. A few tips there, but it's really, really valuable kind of just to learn from your mistakes and then communication. And then I'll be right back, and then we'll talk about gearing, and then we'll talk about kind of my thoughts on Demon Slayer versus Paladin, and then we'll get into Cygnus Knights remasters. Excited, a lot to talk about. I'll be right back. The final question that I kind of want to answer, I've been getting a lot of it, especially in Discord, about gearing, right? And most importantly, where to prioritize your resources, your spendings. And this can apply to all levels of players. So the number one thing that I think I always try to keep in mind, this rule of thumb, I guess, for gearing and progressing, this is on my Paladin, and I'm now realizing even more on my Demon Slayer, as I have so many different things that I can, improve on for that character. I try not to overwhelm myself and do too many things at once and burn out. So I try to remind myself all the time to focus on what is the most recent updates, the most recent rebalances, the most recent changes. So what I mean by that is, last year, most recently, what did they have? They had potential changes, right? Potentials got a huge boost for percent stats, physical attack, HP percent, everything across the board. V skills, right? V3, V2, V1. V3 usually is your bigger, better skill, prioritizing that because probably most of your damage is coming from there. What about rate exalting, right? Think about all the necro changes to exalting, that some things they're trying to emphasize there. That's a great avenue for improving max damage cap. Legion changes, right? They've boosted the max damage cap you can get, 8,200, even 5,500. Brings you max damage cap, right? They've implemented that adventurous training grounds for alts, levels 20 to 100. Insane. Take advantage of that. There's just, the most important thing is understanding where they want you to, the new things that they bring to the game are things that they want you to prioritize in a sense, right? So the opposite of that is flames, emblems, right? Think about that. Emblems have not changed in how long, right? I just blanked out on, flames have not changed in that long, but things like exalting, right, went from 5 to 7, right, before bricking. Max damage cap, potentials. That's where you want to invest your resources, because that is going to give you the best bang for your buck, right? Think about this. You're going for emblems. Say you have a level 3 emblem and you're trying to get to level 5 and you have crit damage, right? Level 3 is what, 10%? To level 4 is 15%, and then to level 5 is 20%. So you're gonna with 30% chance and then 10% chance, right? It's the RNG is just the spending to try and get from level 3 to level 4, 30% chance. So 3 emblem traces, which could cost you 1 bill, and I think it's like 50 mil per attempt. Absurd. But so like you'll be spending like 1 to 1.25, 1.5 bill on average just to get 5% crit damage, right? 2% boss attack to get level 3 to 4. Well, you could be getting more of that. You could be getting the same stats or more through link skills in Legion, right? Now, guild points, your individual guild skills, you can get that for free, right? Potentials, you could get that easily through a legendary potential or a unique potential through events, through daily red cubes, black cubes. And you could be spending that 1 to 1.5 bill somewhere else. Maybe you could spend it on exalting. Maybe you could spend it on, in armor. Save it up for an armor that you need to get a piece of armor that's better, right? But you try to focus on newer rebalances, changes, and then obviously you want to avoid as much RNG as possible. Go for the sure things. Nodes. I always go back to nodes. People get bored of it, but it's guaranteed. Every node that you pull is going to give you beneficial, now, or it's going to be beneficial in the long run when you use them when you extract higher level nodes to craft what you want to craft, right? Nodes is very, very safe. I know a lot of people that, my Demon Slayer, right? I prioritized leveling up my V2, my V3. My V1s were already maxed from when I was playing Demon Slayer way back when. V2 and V3 was my number one priority because I know those skills are such a big chunk of my damage. And for Demon Slayers, it's passive. It's free damage. You just set it and forget it. Just be standing next to the boss does damage. And, when you level those skills up, their duration increases and just have it up, free lines, basically. And that is so important. Easy guaranteed ways to make gains and prioritize your resources, especially when you're limited or you have so many things to work on. Keep that in mind the next time you're gearing up to make the right, make better choices in the end. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just my journey, I guess just my initial thoughts on Demon Slayer versus Paladin, right? Two of the best classes, warrior classes in the game. I've talked about it many times about how playing alts, playing new characters, going through the journey again is kind of bringing new life to me, enjoying the game and trying to find, try to get off like spending at the highest level and trying to gear at the highest level and kind of just being more relatable to a lot of the community, right? I get a lot of questions about, some things that my Demon Slayer can relate to, right? Easier than when I could on my Paladin. And like I talked about previously about gearing tips, I'm using that thought process for the Demon Slayer. And a lot of the things that I like about just the mechanics of the Demon Slayer, it's like my first love, right? It's a class that I came back to, that I enjoyed in PC, and if I had the option, if we had another Paladin that could be gear up, and Paladins weren't in such high demand, I'll be still playing my Demon Slayer. But I just love what I loved about the Demon Slayer now compared to the Paladin, especially, is the shorter cooldowns. And I hope that this is something that they implement throughout all the classes. And I think they've been doing it in KMSM, but what I really enjoy about it is that initially cooldowns were 3 minutes long. So Demon Awakening, their main skill, was 90-second duration, I think, 90 seconds, and then 180, 90-second duration, 180 cooldown. So similar to exactly like Divine Echo, and they reworked it. They rebalanced it. So now it's a 90-second cooldown, but it's only out for 45 seconds. And you may think that it's the same, ratio, right? They just cut it in half, but the uptime is the same, but it's not. I'm telling you right now, it's not. Because if you're looking at fights in a 3-minute interval, absolutely, right? It's going to be the same technically. And, math. But if you look at it in a, let's say if it's less than 3 minutes, say it's two minutes, right? You're going to have it up for 45 seconds plus another 30 seconds, so 75 seconds out of 120. Or if it's a 2:15 fight, right? If it's a 5-minute fight, you're going to have it up for, I don't even know, 45, 90, 135. Could you have it again? 180, 3 minutes, maybe in like a 5-minute fight, maybe 5:30 fight. But the point is, like, everything, all content here is those shorter durations, like 2 minutes, 90 seconds versus 3 minutes long, right? And I think that a lot of their initial 3 minutes were from PC, where the fights are much longer, and bosses took a lot longer. But in mobile, 10 minutes, a lot can go on in that 10-minute time frame, and it just feels like it's more applicable, more flexible. It allows for more variety to to have shorter cooldowns and more options, right? That's why I think sometimes classes that have shorter cooldowns, like 10-second cooldowns, that they can use kind of on demand, they can pair it with Defense Smash 4, they can pair it with Split a little easier. They don't get screwed by maybe bad RNG as often, where, if for example, they have orbs the entire time your Divine Echo is up, you do no damage, right? You're less handicapped by perfect RNG, where I think it just is such a nice, it's much more comfortable. And I hope that they implement it more into, they make those changes to a lot of classes. Because I know a lot of the classes right now that had duration-based V1 skills, like it comes to mind like a Kaiser, a Wild Hunter, even Heroes, Nightwalkers, even like Dawn Warriors, things like that. A lot of the big hitters after V1 have similar long cooldowns, long duration type of on and off, the high peaks and the low valleys. I wish it would kind of be more balanced out. Demon Slayer feels like it still has pretty good peaks, but not the best. But the lows, the valleys aren't as low, right? It's not as steep. So just something interesting. I wonder if other classes got this type of rework that Demon Slayers did, but it feels very nice. It feels very nice, and I enjoy it. And I hope that it's something that they're thinking about with future rebalances to make the game a little bit more tailored to our gameplay versus just copy and paste from PC and things like that. So just thoughts. But now, rambled long enough. Let's take a break and we'll get into Cygnus Knights Remasters, my thoughts, my excitement. It's finally here, hyped for you guys, and hyped for me. And we'll just get into it. Be right back. All right, and we're back. Cygnus Knights Remaster is finally here. I know it's been long overdue. I remember that I was looking back at the podcast I had with Geminis when we were talking about, I think KMSM must have just released their remaster, and it was 9 months ago, almost 10 months ago. And we're just getting it now. So, but it's here, starting off the year right. And this is pretty sweet. We're going to show the website that they created. Pretty nice, pretty cool. They got this little Spotify playlist over here with all the nostalgic songs. If you're an OG, yeah, this is the one that feels the most nostalgic to me, for sure. But yeah, check out that playlist. That's pretty cool. And then the event details. I mean, this is pretty kind of early, 2 weeks before it's going to actually drop. That's always nice. It makes me hope that there's more to come, that there's more, maybe something they're going to drop this weekend or next week. But if not, we'll take it, right? We'll take it. We're not going to complain. I'm excited for the Wind Archers, the Blaze Wizards, the Thunderbreakers, the Dawn Wars, the Nightwalkers finally getting their time to shine. I mean, some of these classes barely got even touched in 2023, and they were okay with it because, they were hoping that Cygnus Knights Remaster came out end of last year. Now it's their time. 2024 is their year. So they're kind of, again, like I talked about earlier in the podcast, if you're looking for ways to progress or improve your gear or in some way, take advantage of the events. Take advantage of the things that they have in place. If you have a Link skill, if you have Legion, this is a great way to improve that. You need those levels to get to the next tier, whatever it is. I'm sure there's going to be great rewards, great event shop. There's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be a good time. Don't forget to do your events and take advantage of all the things that they're offering in these. So wait for the patch notes. I'll do a breakdown and kind of share with you guys what I think when that time comes. But again, play the game, enjoy this time. Even if you're not a Cygnus Knights main, you definitely can benefit in a lot of ways from this. But yeah, it's nice. This first one, they're giving out free rewards, right? They had the damage skins. They had other stuff. They're going to give more stuff starting on the 26th. So be on the lookout for that. And then burning events. Love to see it. Love to see burning events, extra EXP, storm growth. Again, you can use it on your mains, the EXP, but I find it to be very beneficial to use these storm growths on Legion alts. It just is more bang for your buck. It just is, especially around that 170, 175 level where I try to stop my alts at. It's nice. And then the last one is the level up event, Cygnus Knight level up and all jobs level 200 event. They had this something similar for Explorer Remasters when that came out. So excited for that. Get your level 200s while you can. Take advantage of this event for sure. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time to be playing the game. We're going to check out this teaser video. So sick. That yeah. Oh damn, nice with the Demon Slayer damage skin. Oh, Blaze Wizard. Yeah. Wind Archer that from Black Clover vibes and Thunderbreaker with the whale. Hype. I mean, 30 seconds of hype. Sick. I'm just going to watch it again just for fun. But yeah, this has to get you guys excited, even to just play some of these classes. The Dawn War, I know someone that's came back to play Dawn War, Cygnus Knights, even if they're not good right now. Nightwalkers are going to be insane. Blaze Wizards, Geminis, hype for him. A lot of Wind Archer friends. And the Thunderbreaker mains. If you guys are out there, congrats to you guys for sticking around for this. for that big whale. But yeah, if you guys are looking for anything for KOC, kind of my last initial thoughts on this is I'm wondering, I think I mentioned earlier in the pod, but why are they dropping it on February 6th? Are they having another patch in February? Are they maybe going to tease something more? They kind of, we'll see. I'm excited. Makes me think, hopeful. Maybe there's a rebalance coming in, maybe some other changes for the other classes because the rest of the classes are due. But if they just give Cygnus Knights their time to shine, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Excited for them. If you were one of those mains, one of the Cygnus Knights is your mains, let me know in the comments what you're excited for and which one you think is going to be OP. I think Nightwalkers are going to be insane. This is the year of the Nightwalkers. They've been pushed to the ground. The bottom of the Thief class I don't think they got any good rebalances or any rebalances at all in 2023. And with V4 coming out and Cygnus Knights Remaster, Nightwalkers are going to be insane. And then Dawn Warriors are going to be back. I feel it. Just those animations itself. Wind Archers, yeah, they're all going to be awesome. Excited for you guys. I also wanted to say that if you guys are looking for YouTube videos on skills or anything like that, Moonbeam, I'll link the description or post the link in the description, but he has skill changes, great videos of what it was like before and what they're going to be after, line counts, things, animation, skills, how they've changed from before and after. This is from KMSM, so he's had it up for months now. Check it out. Those are awesome. I looked at the Nightwalkers one last night. It's hype. It's cool to see. Yeah, he does a great job over there. All the stuff is goated stuff for real. So you guys gotta check that out. Link in the description. But I'm excited, hyped for this. Again, if you have any questions, I'm trying to do question and answers. Get a lot of my content from helping you guys out. So feel free. DM me on Discord, YouTube comments. I try to answer as many as I can. Go into greater depth in these videos when there's something that I feel like is being asked quite often or can help a lot of people. So definitely do that. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I appreciate all the help. I appreciate all the support, and I'm excited to do this, have fun with it. Can't wait for more content. Cygnus Knights, I'll be posting more Demon Slayer content. My gearing, my progression, made a lot of huge gains this month already. Legions, gonna be done, 8,200 on my Paladin. Demon Slayer got 500k cap at the 5,500 Legion level. 6 at Commander, Absolabs. Woo, a lot of cap gains on both my characters. It's about time. We'll see. Progress, boss content, gains, all of it coming up in the next few weeks. And then I'm hoping to have guests come out for these Cygnus Knights. I already talked to a few people, Nightwalkers, Blaze Wizard, trying to get a Wind Archer. If there's a Thunderbreaker out there that you want to hear from, let me know. Maybe even Dawn Warrior. But I want to get all the classes. I want to get someone to represent that's maining it, that's hyped for it, and just shares their thoughts and input and kind of their thoughts on their classes and remaster altogether. So stay tuned for that in the next, probably not for obviously a few weeks, but that's coming soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you guys again. I'll see you guys next time.